and enjoy them much more than the child does. And no parent should be in any doubt that if you revise with electronic devices, you will, this will be proven over and over again, you will bring at least 2 additional grades or higher grades than what you would have done if you went the old-fashioned way. So I know there are problems with it, but the benefits dwarfs the problems.
Let's look at 10 years time to come, writing exams online at home. Is that going to be very useful and is that going to be beneficial to the students?
Right now we have a form of home examination, although that is tied down to students that are ill for one reason or the other in the hospital, or they have long-term illness and therefore they've been in the hospital. There are facilities for that to be done in the ward right now, in the hospital ward. There's some students writing exams right now as I'm talking to you in the hospital ward. So in a way, we already have that. What this is looking at is coming up with a software that is able to invigilate the students. You fingerprint when you come in, it takes your finger so it knows who you say you are, and then you sit down and you can do your paper all in the glare of 2 webcams. So any movement by you, any word that comes in, any whistling is captured by the webcam. So you're essentially using the camera and relying on the fact that the feed from the webcam goes to a central database. And if there is any malpractice suspected, you go back and play back the webcam. So we have enough technology, provided we have the will. We have enough technology to be able to self-invigilate or remotely invigilate a student that is unable to physically come down to the classroom or to come down to the exam hall and still be able to get the satisfactory invigilation that is given to any student anywhere else. So if we employ the software, employ the computers, we are very able to do that because Microsoft, for instance, has always done all the assessment, professional assessment, they all did online. And a lot of professional bodies are now regulatory transfer all their assessment online. So I really don't see why GCSE or A-level should be an exception to the rule. We just need to make a few modifications here and there, tweak it here, and be able to come up with valid alternatives.
Would that not be much more expensive for students if they begin to write their GCSEs at home?
No, if there are circumstances, so yes. I wouldn't want to roll it out as a compulsory thing. But you must be given the option of saying, do I want to do it online or do I want to do it in the classroom? The option is optional. And it's even more expensive to all. From the way the price of the webcam, the way cameras have collapsed in price, even if it is very cheap, the way electronics has come down is very cheap. The way computers hardware has come down, it's now gone very cheap. If you ask this question 10 years ago, yes, it would be expensive. But now we have hardware literally just dropping in price by the day. So we can and we should be able to afford such facilities for students that will need it.
Football is in the air now without changing South Africa and what lessons. How best can parents use this opportunity to teach their kids about the football in South Africa?
Yes, this is what every parent should listen to, especially if you have a boy or a girl that is very keen on football. You can never, ever design a lesson more absorbing, more relevant, more exciting for a child that loves football than now. Because the football in the World Cup in South Africa opens up a whole kind of worlds that any child that loves football will learn from. The child will know the different countries that are playing football. Those who are qualified for the final, you'll be able to know what continents they are. You'll be able to find out the names of the players in them.
And there's a lot of geography.
Yeah, a lot of geography. So you'll know a lot of geography just looking at the countries that qualify for themselves. And then you know the continent, and know the size, and know the population, and researching it. And any country that wins yours or fights and is able to prevail against you, you know more about the names of the people that score the goals. And the names of the people tells you about the language that is spoken there. So you won't have a Spanish name coming out of a French team, or you won't have a French name coming out of a Portuguese team. They're all almost national, they carry a national emblem. And then you have the aspect of the numbers that are playing. Well, how come that an 11-member team are able to be defeated by a 9-member team? How are they able to maximize, how are they able to leverage, use the power of 9 to be able to defeat 11? Those are things that you can do mathematically. And once more, the football, the exact ball that is being played this year, is totally different. It's been redesigned, it's been aerodynamically engineered in such a way that if you hit it as hard as you hit a traditional ball like this, you will not get the same output, so you will overshoot. So mathematically, you have to look at the fact that is it really spherical now? Are you looking at the sphere? Are you looking at an aspherical ball that you have now? Or are you balls that have different hexagonal shapes. So it's something you can sit down and have a feast on if you wanted to look at shapes, and then look at the proportion of one ball against the other in terms of size. That's the whole chapter of mathematics on its own. So making it relevant and looking at various aspects of the World Cup is an education all by itself. So I won't say because everybody is talking about football, I will draw from it, or you hate football. Look for your child that really loves it and ask him specific questions, or ask her specific questions. By what minute was the first goal scored? You work that out. And was there an equalizer? And what was the difference between the lead time when the first goal was scored and when the second goal was scored? Those are things that you're asking them deep mathematical questions without them moving, without calling it math subject. It's football, but it's math disguised as football.
Quite interesting there. Now let's go over to what the Times and BBCs have actually said about your family. They say it's one of the most mathematical families. Why is that so? What do you do with maths?
Like when we're just discussing about football and maths and looking at shapes, you mustn't make maths an academic subject. We've managed to write down some of what we found out, or what we managed to get the students interested in maths at a very early age. So one secret is that it's never too early to start discussing mathematical concepts. It's never too early to start negotiating working with numbers. And it's never too early to look at the logic of numbers. If you delay it, then you're doing what most tennis player and tennis coach will fight against. Because the tennis coach will tell you, if you want to raise a tennis star, give the child the racket as soon as the child can handle it. So the moment the child can handle the racket in tennis, he picks it up and he starts playing on the ball. He doesn't need, or she doesn't need to hit the ball correctly. So the minute your child asks you questions about child or tell, so they're talking numbers. The minute they ask you about buying an item, you're talking about numbers. So once you have number introduced at a very young age, the fear of number, which is really the true problem of maths. Maths as a subject is not difficult, but the fear of numbers and the fact that you are using a set of symbols that are different is a unique language in itself, because you're looking at 1, 2, 3, and out of only 10 digits, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, you can make a million, and you can make 20 million. That's when it gets very, very exciting. So you now talk about decimals, you now talk about the full stop, and you talk about the period, and you talk about the point. So when you now say 10.1, and then you just see the point, you're able to get.
So the most important thing is that you made mathematics fun for the family.
Very, very much so.
So the tasking wasn't anything difficult.
That's why you don't start with a textbook. If you're starting with a standard textbook, especially recommended textbook, what you're doing is putting the fright into them. Because the person that wrote the textbook wrote it from a position of knowledge. You are now having this discussion from a position of relevance.
But what about parents whose kids and boys are actually weak when it comes to mathematics? What can you actually do to encourage the child to be interested in maths?
We're not talking fear, because it's a fear. They're not weak in maths. We've not seen one single person. I've not seen one single person alive that is weak in maths. Because if you say they are weak in maths, ask them what do they want to buy for their birthday, and then bring out £50 notes and give it to that, and say, okay, you're going to buy football for your birthday, that's £50, how much is the football, and how much will you give back to me? That's subtraction. That's very difficult subtraction. Now if you say subtract 50 from 20, then you're going to do it as an abstract thing. But if you put a value on it, I say, look, I want you to buy me a box of chocolate, and also buy yourself on your way back a packet of sweets, and then bring the change back. And what the child is going to do is going to sit down and work through the change he will get, or he or she will get, if you give them £5 notes, because you know the box of chocolates is going to be £1.99, the packet of sweets is going to be 75p or 99p. So when we expose the children to the practical aspects and daily manifestation of the use of numbers, then it is impossible for that child to start getting afraid when he now sees the number represented in a way that is given in school. And what is more, get rid of math manual, because math manual makes it relevant in such a way. It plays a number games, it plays a finger games. You can multiply anything by 9 and still be faster than a calculator.
Thank you so much. You multiply anything by 9 and still be faster than a calculator.
Yes.
Maybe you want your kids to be faster than a calculator. Send emails to brunch@loveworld.tv.co.uk or log on to Imafidon.com. Thank you. It's wonderful to have you. I'll see you soon.
Pleasure.
And viewers, this is Brunch Educational Talk.